Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to Pokesy Channel. Thought I'd just offer some free instruction without mentioning the guitar ladder system. Whoops, I mentioned it. Can't help the jokes. It's just part of who I am. But anyway, yeah, let's do some free instruction here. Okay, now this I may not be at concert pitch because I jam with different people and work on different music with different people, and sometimes I have to adjust to where they are. I've been using this guitar a little bit lately. It sounds great. It's for sale, by the way, $4.99. The Lower LH280. It sounds great. Here's my A though. But anyway, let's do a little free instructions. Okay, if you learn chords in terms of groups, it's huge. You learn about tension and resolution, and your brain starts to learn how to, as opposed to thinking of one chord, you think of a group of chords, and so that forces your brain to learn about tension and resolution. It's kind of like learning a language. You learn words in terms of sentences, and that's part of the whole one of the components of why the guitar ladder system works. But anyway, oops, I mentioned it twice. Okay, major 13. So the major 13 is not a dominant 13, right? With a flat 7, it's a major 13, okay? This has root 3, 7, 3, 13, and 9. That resolves nicely to a 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, which is in the dominant family, right? And diminished scale, the half step, whole step scale, sounds real nice with that, or the old Charlie Parker riff, right? Anyway, I don't want to get off on a tangent here. Or one of those diminished riffs like I have on my YouTube somewhere. Okay, so major 13, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9. Now I was going to go 13 9 13 13 flat 9 bichord, which is a minor 7 and a major 9 at the same time, or we could go major 13 7 sharp 5 sharp 9 and then go to that chord, right? That's a little bit, so that chord, that's a nice chord. It's basically a 7. It's a dominant 7. It's got the flat 7 with a flat 13. So, and that is the whole thing behind the guitar ladder. Whoops! I mentioned it again 3 times. I'm having fun. But it's true though, is learning to always take your chords somewhere else. That's how you develop musical consciousness. That's how you develop waking up your musical mind, is by practicing in a way where you're always trying something different. It's just like where I work out with weights, and it's the same thing. You work out with weights, and by putting stress on that muscle and using it, it grows. It's the same thing with your musical consciousness. You need to make a conscious effort to grow your musical mind. So major 13, and first example, 13 to 9 to 13 to 13 flat 9 to a bichord, which is a major 9 and a minor 7. Second example, we do major 13, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, then go to this chord here, go to this D7 flat 13, and then that sets up nicely to maybe a little contrary motion. You hear that? And then 13, 13 flat 9, major 7, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, 13 minor 7, major 9 6 chord with a 7 on top, augmented riff, 7 sharp 5 minor 9, 7 sharp 5 resolves to major 9. See, that's really, it's been, to be real honest with you, it's really been difficult to explain the guitar ladder system. Whoops, I said it again 4 times. Just because there's a lot, it's simple, but it's also, there's a lot of components to it. But to make it as simple as humanly possible, is that, like I just said, when you resolve chords and then you try, going somewhere different. Like this time, let's say I'll go major 13, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, this D7 flat 13 to the 13, and then to the 7 sharp 5 this time, 13 9, 13, 13 flat 9, resolve to the bichord. You hear that? So try to do it different every time. I could come up. See that time? This time, last time I went like that to get some contrary motion. Hear that? Because this goes up while this went, the bass went down. So anyway, so now we're going to do it different. We're going to go and then go up. nice bloom, huh? I'm going to stop right there. But that's, you know, if every week you learn 1 or 2 new things to do with chords, and you begin to input that information into your conscious and subconscious mind, you'll become a freaking monster. It's really all about waking up your musical mind. And I've made this point, and I'm going to drive this point into everybody's brain. Guitar is the easiest instrument just to, you know, have fun on. I like the Stones. Don't tell me, you know, I love simple music. I'm just trying to make the point. My mission, part of my, you know, purpose in life is to motivate people to become the best musicians possible. And I've done that in private teaching and now with my Guitar Ladder course. Whoops, said it 5 times. But anyway, it's really true. You know, if every week you learn how to use 2 or 3 or 4 chords and you learn how to put them together, and you do that for a long period of time, you're going to have an absolute quantum leap. It's not bullshit. It works. So anyway, I don't want to say, I get the feeling out there people think I'm being too pushy about the Guitar Ladder system. But let me tell you something. If we could somehow in the Twilight Zone switch positions here, you could sit in my shoes, you could be in my body, you could be in my mind and my consciousness, have taught the students that I've taught and seen the results that I've had, you'd be like, whoa. I'm not kidding, man. It's been weird. It really made me stop and say, what the hell? You know, how did I run into this? But I think really what it is because most people, you know, the easiest thing to do is to work on technique. I mean, you can walk into Guitar Center and see some young kid just shredding, and that's cool. One of the hardest things to do on the guitar, though, is get a focus, which is going to be productive. One of the hardest, I'm going to say that again, one of the hardest things on guitar is to get a focus which is going to be productive, not just technically speaking, but which is going to be productive in waking up your ear and waking up your musical mind, and that's what the Guitar Ladder does. I rest my case. This is for sale, by the way, $4.99. All right, keep the faith, guys. Bye.